Well, back to the old Monday grind. Been a long time since I actually complained about that on Monday, huh? I don't know. I guess my low is the fact that this weekend, while it was nice, it was rather uneventful. Then again, considering that the week before was literally the Super Bowl, it's kind of small potatoes in comparison. I mean, I guess today is cool if you're a kid because it's President's Day and therefore you should have the day off from school. I remember when that was really cool. I mean, you seriously get to stay up late on a Sunday night and do whatever you want. I have to worry about Monday the next day. Ah, man, that was awesome. But then I got old and I had to do adult things. Rats. It's not so bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. A part of me will always have fond memories of like school in general. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Especially in high school, there was a lot of ugly. And there was a lot of bad too, for being honest. But I don't miss any of that at all. A fondness, but I don't miss it. So with that said, with yesterday being, well, I shouldn't say yesterday was completely uneventful. I mean, if you're actually into NASCAR, the Daytona 500 was yesterday. My father and I actually saw the end of that. That was actually part of my high is, got to spend, the late afternoon, early evening with my dad. That was really cool. We both got subs from Meniere's. He got their Italian sub. I believe he had his like tomatoes, onions. I forget what else he had in mine, but I actually had the All-American. See, if you get the All-American, that's a roast beef, ham, and turkey. Yeah, and I got mine with like peppers and onions. Unfortunately, it was a cold sub because my father showed up there too late. He was actually bringing it home. My father actually showed up there too late, and therefore, like, they wouldn't turn on the grill or whatever because I would have liked everything to be like hot and whatever. I mean, it was still a good sub, don't get me wrong. It's just, like this sub was meant to be enjoyed a lot better when it's hot. I'm sorry, I'm a hot sub guy. It's actually one of the main reasons why, here's the thing, I've actually been to Subway a couple of times over the last few months. And every time I've been there, they've been pretty good about giving me what I asked for, especially when I make sure that everything's really piping hot out of that toaster oven. Because I can't tell you how bummed I usually am when you bite into a sub from Subway after you got everything hot and toasted, and you bite into something that's either tepid or cold. I hate that. It's one of the main reasons why I avoid Subway for a long time, but if I ever get a gift card from Subway, I'm sure, why not? At least I can actually get, and Subway is pretty good about, when it comes to putting stuff on the sub, Subway is actually pretty good about giving you what you ask for. That part's okay. It's just, if you ask for it hot, it better be hot. I'm not asking to burn the roof of my mouth or whatever, but, if I expect something hot, I expect to bite into something hot. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I guess my act of kindness was, as my father was bringing dinner home, I got the table set up, and that's really about it. It was actually rather, again, yesterday was pretty uneventful, but that's okay, because I got to see the end of the Daytona 500. Some guy named Cindric won, I think, but, that's about, what? Excuse me. That's about all there was. So, good morning and happy Monday, everyone. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm also a little bit bummed because I was gonna try and finish binge watching the rest of Mr. Iglesias so I could do a video on that. Unfortunately, I just have like 3 episodes to go. And yeah, I probably could give like a sort of, I could probably give my thoughts on it right now. I'd rather wait until I was all done before I make that video on it. But I can tell you, I have been thoroughly enjoying that show so far. So definitely look forward to that video coming out tomorrow. That video should be coming out tomorrow. As long as I find time to finish 3 episodes of Mr. Iglesias. I'll be honest, when I first got, one of the reasons why I didn't have a Netflix is because I couldn't afford it. Then my brother got it for me for Christmas. And he's paying for it. Wore it up. Anyway. Whenever I hear people talk about like binge watching stuff on Netflix or whatever, it always sounds kind of daunting. I mean, you're probably asking, Nick, how is that daunting? All you're doing is sitting in front of a screen and watching whatever. And yeah. But that part's easy. The hard part is actually finding something you enjoy. Here's the thing. There are other ways to see shows like Kid Cosmic and Centaur World and all those other shows that, I was watching that were on Netflix. And I was able to watch all of those because I thoroughly enjoyed them. It's got to really pique my interest if I really want to watch anything on Netflix. Fortunately, though, so far, Mr. Iglesias has been doing just that. But I will wait until tomorrow to give my further analysis on that. I just realized I'm really far behind on a lot of things I probably could be binge watching on Netflix. I mean, some shows I don't really need to binge watch at all. Like Friends, for instance. I mean, I didn't watch Friends growing up, but everyone around me watched Friends. I might as well watch it by proxy. And yeah, I have seen my fair share of moments and episodes. Although I will admit it does follow some tropes that I'm not particularly a fan of. Sort of the whole will they, won't they thing. Yeah, a lot of people think Ross is the worst friend of the 6. For the guys, yeah. For the girls, it's definitely Phoebe. Phoebe always bothered me. But though, Chandler and Monica, they're cool. I like them. Chandler and Monica are really cool. Joey's cool too. I like Joey. Rachel, honestly, just okay. But man, no one likes Ross. No one ever wants to be Ross. I can tell you right now, I am Chandler because I too make jokes and I feel extremely uncomfortable. Plus, even now, man, Courtney Cox is fine. Seriously, why is Courtney Cox never do anything anymore? She was on Cougar Town. That was really cool. I like watching Cougar Town. Whenever I could get an opportunity to watch it. That show was great. I don't know. Not to mention, there's a whole bunch of movies on Netflix I gotta watch too. Unfortunately, I want to say The King of Staten Island. I want to see that movie, but I don't think that's on Netflix. Apparently it never was. I swear it was on Netflix. I'm positive it was on Netflix. And yet, I think they probably took it down or something. I don't know. I will say though, I think I'm starting to get the appeal as to why Netflix sort of defeated the purpose of going to a movie theater to see anything on the big screen. Because, yeah, I mean, you're paying, maybe $100 a year for a Netflix subscription for seeing a whole bunch of movies. Some movies you could probably watch in more than one. You can probably watch more than one movie in a day. Or you could probably watch the same movie twice if you're really that interested in it. So, yeah. All in all, I do have to say I do like having a Netflix. And for sure, I get why it brought about the end of stuff like Blockbuster Video and stuff. Fun fact, the There's actually 2 video stores in my area. One of them was a Blockbuster. Another one was actually on Meniere's Plaza. And no kidding, it's actually where Shanghai Express is now. Yeah, where one of my all-time favorite places to get Chinese food used to be a video store. I'll be honest, I had no idea what the name of the video store was. I just knew it as the video store. Saw a lot of movies from that store. Those were some good times. I must have seen the original Mortal Kombat movie like 50 times or something. And Mortal Kombat was a good movie. I mean, I know now it's not like very good, but for what they tried to do, it was a valiant effort. I'll give it that. Thankfully, though, as time's gone on, we've tried to be better about making video game movies. I mean, once in a while you'll get something like Sonic the Hedgehog, which I haven't seen but I've heard good things about. Or just recently, in terms of making something a TV show, the Cuphead show. I just talked about that. That's really good. And Castlevania, that was also supposed to be really good. I didn't see that, but I hear it's really good. I guess trying to find a good video game adaptation for like a visual medium that's like a movie or a TV show, it really is kind of like a dime a dozen. But at least Netflix has been trying to take some steps in the right direction. At least I think so anyway. I mean, I'm sure maybe a group of filmmakers will come along and do video game movies justice the same way that, Disney and Marvel did the same thing for the MCU. But we definitely have a ways to go. And who knows? Well, since Netflix is really the only remotely decent track record, I think that sort of movie will be on Netflix. But will be years before we get anything like that. It'll be years before we get a lot of things. I guarantee you it's going to be like decades before we ever get an animated movie that gets Best Picture at the Oscars. I mean, seriously, in the history of the Oscars, only 3 animated movies have ever gotten nominated for Best Picture. And they were all Disney movies, Beauty and the Beast, Up, and Toy Story 3. Although, with our luck, if an animated movie ever does win Best Picture, it's probably not going to be a Disney movie. It's going to be something like revolutionary and no one's ever seen before and stuff like that. I don't know. Wow, it's really coming across as I'm really depressed, but I don't feel that depressed at all, if we're being honest. I don't know. By all accounts, I'm actually having a pretty decent morning. I just don't really have, much to say about it because everything's just been incredibly uneventful. But I like to think that, as time goes on, because this is the last week in February. Yeah, seriously, February's almost over. We are literally 3/4 of the way through February. That went by fast. I mean, yeah, we had like the State of My Being address, and I think after Valentine's Day, seriously, we may be 3/4 of the way through February, but I swear after Valentine's Day, things kind of felt slow, like really slow. Like, it's been a long time since I've legitimately had like a day where I'm like, I want this day to be over so I can go to bed and get the next day started, It didn't quite feel that way. That was starting to. I mean, I guess it's just what Lewis Black once said, we made February the shortest month of the year and it still seems longer. It's cold. We're in the height of flu season. The weather is incredibly sporadic, depending on where you live. And on top of all that, of course, as Lewis Black once said, we choose to have a holiday a holiday of love in the middle of February, when it should be in the spring, when we can actually walk from place to place without having to wear very, very, very heavy clothing. You know? We'll get there eventually. I mean, February 2nd was Groundhog Day, and it's been well over 2 weeks. So, I mean, let's be honest, the groundhog pretty much always sees a shadow. Everyone knows that. Seriously, does anyone recall any time the groundhog didn't see a shadow? Like, at all? I don't know. But, yeah. So this weekend's uneventful. Not bad, just uneventful. And unfortunately, it's going to be like that, getting started. But, just keep your chin up. It'll be fine. As long as you take things one day at a time, I think it'll be a good week. Like, favorite, share, the subscribe button, follow me on the social platform, YouTube. I'm very humble. This video for all of you guys watching. Joe for today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. And remember, if you want to talk to me, we're here to live. I'll say you're back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.